Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, JLP considering application by George Wright to rejoin the party. The ruling Jamaica Labour Party is to decide on an application by Member of Parliament George Wright to rejoin the party he resigned from more than 3 years ago under a cloud of suspicion. He has applied and it will be considered in the normal routine, confirmed Dr. Horace Chang, the JLP's General Secretary. He said the decision will be made quickly as general elections are due by September. Wright was elected MP for Westmoreland Central in September 2020 on a JLP ticket. He resigned from the party in June 2021 amid public pressure to step down as a lawmaker after a video emerged in April that year showing a man beating a woman with a stool. Though Wright never confirmed or denied that he was the person in the video, he and his then partner filed separate police reports about a physical altercation that took place on April 6, 2021. The case was closed after the two did not pursue the complaints. Wright married the woman after a year of counseling, Chang told the news on Friday. That will be taken into consideration. If the membership committee accepts his membership and he applies to be a candidate, it will go through the normal process. Wright has been sitting as an independent member of the House of Representatives, although he said he supports the policies of the JLP administration. Last September, Wright said he had grown past the allegation. "The people see me as their hard-working elected official and they treat me as such," he had said. JLP grapples with succession as longest-serving MP considers staying on. Carl Samuda, the long-serving Member of Parliament for St. Andrew North Central, is likely to remain the Jamaica Labour Party's representative in the upcoming general election, despite previous indications that he would retire, the party has suggested. JLP General Secretary Dr. Horace Chang told the news on Friday that Samuda is reconsidering his exit given the lack of a clear successor and the party's desire to maintain stability in the constituency. He is fit enough to run and he is indicating he may want to stay the course, Chang said. He wanted to demit office, but nobody has emerged. He's thinking that he should at least do a part of the next term. Samuda has declined to comment. The revelation follows the November 2024 selection of Delano Steve Wright, a senior advisor in the Ministry of Tourism, as the constituency's vice chairman. Steve Wright was unanimously elected by JLP delegates in the constituency and was seen as a leading contender to replace Samuda. However, Chang now suggests that the 82-year-old Samuda, who has represented the constituency since 1980, might extend his tenure to ensure a smooth transition and avoid internal discord. "That is what is likely, then I figure so," Chang said when asked to clarify whether Samuda will be staying on. He's having second thoughts about how he exits. That's basically his position. It's a good seat. He has served over 40 years. You don't want too much contention when he's going. You don't want any reduction in the seat. We handle it the best way we can, and that's the way we are looking at it now. Maybe the interest of the organization is to let him stay for a while. Despite multiple meetings involving the JLP leadership and the Samuda, the two sides have been unable to strike a compromise on a candidate, according to a senior party official with knowledge of the talks. The insider said the leadership prefers a representative who, however, has not found favor with Samuda, and the party does not want to risk a fight months away from a national election and damage a safe seat. The strategy is to protect the leader as well, and all of these safe seats, and the transition presents an opportunity to have persons who will have the leader's back whenever he needs defenses down the road. Samuda is not someone you want to cross as well, they explained. The Samuda development is a stark contrast to events in November when Samuda was blindsided by Chang's public statement that he would not be seeking re-election. At the time, Samuda described the announcement as a great surprise and insisted that he had been following a process to determine his departure on his own terms. The comment caught me totally off guard. I wasn't aware that an announcement of that nature was pending. I wasn't aware, he told the news then. Samuda, who is the joint longest-serving parliamentarian in Jamaica's history, had previously stated that he would not step aside until he found a suitable replacement. Chang had also confirmed last year that 89-year-old Clarendon Central MP Mike Henry, who has served since 1980 alongside Samuda, will retire before the next election. However, the selection process for his successor remains ongoing. Henry had previously indicated in 2021 that he wanted Councillor Joel Williams, now the mayor of Maypen, to take over when he demits office. However, JLP insiders have said Councillor Delroy Williams has eyes on this seat. Earlier this month, Henry said he has not had a change of mind and Joel Williams remains his pick. Moves to parachute Delroy Williams into the safe Clarendon seat are being seen by some senior Labourites as an attempt to secure Holness's leadership of the party. Delroy Williams, a Holness loyalist, represents a division in Holness's St. Andrew West Central constituency. Bodies of Jesse Ripoll principal and wife back in Ireland ahead of February 8th funeral. The bodies of the later principal of Jesse Ripoll Primary School, O'Neill Stevens, and his wife, Kamisha Lindsay Stevens, have been returned to Jamaica in preparation for their funeral. Stevens and his wife were killed in a motor vehicle accident in South Carolina in the United States on January 3. The funeral has been set for February 8 at the Holy Trinity Cathedral on North Street in Kingston. Family members told the news that the bodies were shipped home and arrived in the island earlier this week. Stevens and Lindsay Stevens died in the accident that took place in Myrtle Beach as they were on their way to the airport to catch a flight home to Jamaica in preparation for the January reopening of school. A memorial service was held in Myrtle Beach recently for family members and friends who will be unable to attend the funeral in Jamaica. Stevens and Lindsay Stevens had spent the Christmas holidays with the latter's mother in Myrtle Beach. Stevens, his wife, their two daughters, his mother-in-law and a cousin were traveling to the airport when the car being driven by the cousin developed a flat tire and they pulled over to the side of the road. The beloved principal, his wife, his mother-in-law, and the cousin all got out of the vehicle to change the flat tire. While outside the car, they spotted a van driving at a high rate of speed, and both Stevens and his wife began running to the embankment, but they were struck by the vehicle. Stevens died on the spot, while his wife died on arrival at an urgent care center. Their children, his mother-in-law, and the driver of the vehicle in which they were traveling were not injured. No arrest has been made in connection with the accident. The news understands that the driver of the vehicle that struck the couple remained on the scene and passed a breathalyzer test. Jamaica on the verge of technical recession, says Bunting. Opposition Senator Peter Bunting on Friday argued that the government is painting a false picture on the true state of the economy and warned that Jamaica is on the verge of a recession. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica recently reported that business and consumer confidence on the economy has increased in recent months. But delivering his contribution to the State of the Nation debate in the Senate Friday, Mr. Bunting argued that the economy is not in good shape.
Since the initial COVID recovery, the economy has been slowing for 8 or 9 quarters. It stalled in the quarter ending June 2024 and then declined by 3.5% in the September quarter. And while everything is being blamed on Beryl, the fact is that trend, that trajectory was set 2 years earlier. The economy is projected to continue its decline in the December quarter, and for the 2024 calendar year overall is projected to shrink. When these projections are confirmed in a couple of weeks' time, the economy will be in what the analysts and the economists call a technical recession. That is 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. When we look Drill down into the various sectors. Agriculture, forestry and fishing down 12.5%. Mining and quarrying down 17%. Manufacturing down 4%. And the construction sector, which has been declining for 4 consecutive quarters. Thank you for backing me up with this publication. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica. And construction, which has been declining for at least 4 consecutive quarters prior to September, is down 3.3%. We've seen from the start of the year, sales of construction inputs have declined, NHT housing starts have also declined, hotels and restaurants.
Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.